So, like, do you ever have a situation where people come over to your house and they want to come inside and they press this little button that's located, like, right by the door? And guess what? It doesn't work. And you want to know why it doesn't work? I have no idea. So, we're going to do a little replacement of our electric doorbell. Oh, and you know what's really funny? So I have this screwdriver, right? And I was going to put it in my pocket as I went up here and pulled the little cover off the doorbell. And I realized that I couldn't find my pocket, right? Well, it's because I put my shorts on backwards. Okay, so here's the cover. And we got to pull that off. This is pretty... You can see we have a couple screws. And doorbells are actually really simple because if you see these two red wires right here, now this one I have disconnected a couple years ago, put some electrical tape on there, so nothing would happen, not that it would anyway. But when you look at a doorbell, you basically have the front, meaning your front door, and then this little deal that says transfer. So if you had a rear doorbell, of course, this wire would go here, and then this one with this little black deal would go in the middle. So I'm going to leave this electrical tape on here because being the brilliant man that I am, I want to make sure I know what wire goes to what. And then we're just going to take these two Phillips screwdrivers out and this whole thing will slide out. It's not plugged into anything. It's just these two red wires, all right? Screw out. This one over here is loose. And then I unhooked this red wire. Okay, and you can kind of see how those things hook up. Okay, so now we just pull the thing basically off just like so. Okay, and then it comes off and there's our two wires. Now, we're gonna run down to Home Depot. Maybe we'll take Hugo with us and we'll see if we can find one. So I'll bring this with me. And the doorbell's kind of a doorbell, but what the heck. All right, so we'll check it out. Okay, we're gonna grab our doorbell, we're gonna take Hugo, and we're gonna go to Home Depot, aren't we, Hugo? Let's do this. Boy, it is cold out here. Let's get in the car. You ready to go? Be in the wintertime. If it doesn't rain in Seattle, this is what it does. Come on. Let's go. Okay, so here's all the different variety they have. And making a decision is never easy, but I'm kind of looking for a similar size. But I know the wife would appreciate something that looks decent. So I think I'm liking maybe this one. Or maybe this one. Oh boy. But this one's kind of cool. And actually, this one's kind of cool. I'm thinking that one. That's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to blame you guys if she doesn't like it. This is the one, Hugo. Back home. Do you want to see what you think of the new doorbell that I picked out?
All right. Oh, cool.
Okay, so let's open this thing up. Figure it out. So, I think we have a nice size that'll match our old one. And we got our little screws in here, so we'll have to pop this out like so. Little hole, and you can see it right next to the batteries. And like I said, we're going to do the wired option, not the wireless option. And we'll run these through. Okay, so we got 4 screws here. We're just going to screw these puppies into the wall here, and then we'll take our electrical tape off and see if the thing works. You see these diodes right here? So these diodes are for the doorbell. And so you would install those on your doorbell, and the reason why you do the diodes is so the chime lasts longer than like just making a little noise. So who knows if these are already on our doorbell or not, but I guess we'll find out when we hook the thing up. Then there's Walter. Here's our front little marker, and so we're going to put our wire and hook it up to that. Okay, well, I went and hooked it up. And guess what? Doesn't work. So I had gone out here and discovered that the doorknob or the button we should say, had literally fallen apart. So now I'm either gonna do a wireless option or I'm gonna do a wired in option. It doesn't work, honey. So I have to go back to Home Depot. Okay, we're back again, and hopefully this will be the last time for the day. I'm hopeful. Oh, I picked up a couple other things too, Christmas stuff, but we got ourselves a wired button, and then we got ourselves a wireless button. So I'm gonna try the wired first, but if not, we'll go with the wireless. I got these batteries for the wireless, and we'll see what happens. So bye, Home Depot. So you can see here the old button is just had come apart, cracked. This little deal had fallen off, and there was a little brace in between there that had broken in half. So we're going to hope that the wired one will work. On the back, it looks like we need to do the old diode trick. All right, there's the diode on there. It's a little bit loose because we got to put the terminals on outside. So let's see if it actually works. Okay, another thing to point out, you see how you got a black negative wire and then you have this positive wire, and then we have our button, right? And you see how it has no positive or negative listed anywhere? That's because it doesn't matter. Just any one of the ones will hook up to it, right? Okay, so you see how that's secured in there. And you see the diode in there real good, and then that negative wire, you want to make sure it's pretty tight, you know, don't strip it or anything, but it's got to be pretty stout. And now you'll see as we put the positive to it, you hear that clicking in there, and you see how the light, that means we have power. So now we're going to get this all hooked up, go inside and see what happens. Okay, we got it hooked up, but we might have a problem. And this was kind of the same problem we had before. Okay, so now let's see what happens. All right, so the problem is this right here. It's just stuck on, which we had thought it was stuck on before, and we thought it was a problem with the switch inside of the doorbell, but obviously that's not the case. So that means there's only one option. There's a short to ground somewhere in the house that I'm not going to go try to figure out and find over the next 14 years of my life. So we're just going to do a wireless. So we're going to unhook this thing and try the wireless mode. Okay, we're going to put in our 3 batteries. Okay, and now we'll get our wireless out. Like so. Okay, so now we're going to press this sync button and we're going to see if this thing works. I think that might have worked. Let's try it from out here and then we'll run back in. Okay, ready? Here we go. I think we're in business. Okay, so we've got our backing plate on here, and we're going to go ahead and secure that. You can use 3M. It comes with 3M, but I would not recommend it because then it just falls off. So we know what our battery is. These are standard batteries, and then 3 Duracell C batteries, obviously. So now we're going to go mount this, and we will be done. We'll put the cover on and show you that. And then we also have secured those wires so that in the future, if somebody figures out that wiring issue, they can do that. But anyway, we're going to go with wireless for now. We'll put this backing plate on and we'll be done outside. All right, so we got our backing plate on there, and now we're going to snap this little guy in like so. And there we go. All Dundee. And you can even hear it. Okay, so now we're going to put this on here. And that's all she wrote. Pretty cool, huh?
Pretty cool.
Yep. So that was kind of an ordeal, but it ended up working out in the end, I guess. So just remember what your batteries are if you go wireless. But actually that wireless, And it works. Pretty cool. See ya.